Satellites. They are heavenly bodies which travel around the planets. They are called natural satellites or moon. Some planets have more than one moon. The Earth has only one natural satellite, which is called the moon. The moon does not have an atmosphere. The surface is full of craters and mountains. Moon is the only natural satellite of our planet. The moon is the fifth largest natural satellite in the solar system. It does not have a light of its own. In other words, the moon is non-luminous as it reflects the light emitted by the sun. Oh my gosh! I'm dying. The moon, like we see at night, is nothing but the sunlight reflected by the moon. You do not see the moon in daylight as the sun itself is so bright that the moon is invisible. The sky. The surface of the moon is 9.4 billion acres. The moon has its own gravity which attracts all the objects towards its center. The moon's gravity is 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. Surface of the moon. The surface of the moon is covered with dust, cricket, mud, and pollution. The atmosphere is dry and dusty. There is no water on the moon. And big solid bodies called meteorites crash on the surface of the moon. They form big craters on its surface. Some of these craters were formed billions of years ago. As there is no air or water, sound cannot be heard through the moon. A sound needs a medium through which it can travel. Mars orbiter mission MOM, also called the Mangalyaan, has been orbiting Mars since 24 September 2014. It was launched by India National Space Agency, the Indian Space Organization ISRO, on 5th November 2013. Phases of the moon. The moon does not have its own light. It reflects the light of the sun. When the moon passes between the earth and the sun, sunlight falls on the path and away from us, and so the moon is not visible to us. This happens on a new moon night. The illuminated path grows in size until we see the full moon, Purnima, on the 15th day. From the next day, the illuminated path decreases in size and becomes completely invisible on the 15th day. From one new moon to another, it takes 30 days. This period is called a lunar month. Lunar means related to the moon. The different phases of the moon are called the phases of moon. The moon and the tides. Tides are basically the changes in sea level that happen due to gravitational pull of the moon and the sun, as well as rotation of the earth. They are periodic rise and fall in water level of the ocean and other water bodies of the earth. When the water level rises, this is called high tide, and when the water level falls, this is called low tide.
हाँ वो पॉजिटिव ही आया है मेडिकल में भी तो वो करवा सकते हो पेमेंट लिंक आपको मिल गई है
It takes about 6 hours for rising tide to reach high tide. It takes another 6 hours for the falling tide to reach low tide. Sun, the moon and the earth are around the
सब क्लियर है उसके अगर कोई डाउट लगे तो उसे फोन कर लो कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है
Landing on the moon. The first landing on the moon was repaired by Apollo 11 placed first on 20 July 1969. The first person to land on the moon was Neil Armstrong. Edwin Aldrin.
step on the moon.
That's one step per man and one giant leap for mankind.
डेट कब है
Neil Armstrong spent about 2.5 hours.
मतलब एक्सपायरी कब है
And the spent slightly. Together they spent 21.5 kg of lunar material to bring back to the Earth. artificial satellites. Moon is the only natural satellite of the Earth. Apart from the Moon, the many artificial satellites are the human-built objects which orbit the Earth or some other celestial body in space. When an artificial satellite is launched, a rocket takes it up in space. Later, the satellite is pulled into the orbit. Today's space vehicles are used to launch satellites and to recover them in satellites and return them to Earth. The space shuttle has many facilities which help the astronauts to live in space for space. People who are able to do different works are needed on the space shuttle along with pilots, engineers, scientists, and astronomers are all scientists.
नीचे का ब्लू लाइन वाला पढ़ो.
The first artificial satellite was the Soviet Sputnik 1, which was launched in 1857 by Russia. India's first artificial satellite was Aryabhattan. It was named after the great Indian astronomer of the same name. It was launched by Russia on 19 April 1975. This is an artificial satellite. The artificial satellite is very useful for mankind. Artificial satellites are designed for different purposes. Communication satellites allow data conversation to be delivered to the satellites. Satellites bring in a combination of ships and planes. But satellites are very useful for meteorologists. They help to study weather patterns and forecast the weather. They take pictures of the movement of clouds. They have special infrared glasses to take photographs of the heat waves given off the Earth. Observation satellites photograph the Earth in observe the place for changes in anything from temperature to melting in ice sheets. Military satellites can detect the launch of such a actual application or information about the satellites and remain secret. Applications may include enemy movement, early warning of missile launches, etc. Scientific satellites perform scientific missions and help in conducting research. The sun is a big ball of hot burning gases. It's made up mostly of hydrogen. The hydrogen is continuously changing into helium. This process is also the emission of huge amount of energy in the form of light, heat. Hydrogen, helium, plus light, plus heat. This energy, known as solar energy, is the main source of energy in the entire solar system. Eclipses. An eclipse is an event when an astronomical object moves under the shadow of another astronomical object. We often hear about the occurrence of solar eclipses involving the sun, the moon, and the earth occurs when they are nearly in straight line, allowing one to be hidden behind each other. The shadow usually has two parts. You have complete darkness at the center, as known as the umbra, an area of contrast or darkness at the edges is known as the penumbra. The umbra receives no light from the source, while the penumbra receives some light from the source. Solar eclipse. Solar means related to the sun. During the solar eclipse, the sun is hidden from our view. A solar eclipse occurs when the three celestial bodies of the sun, the moon,